Joining us now is Sununu, the governor of New Hampshire, recently endorsed Haley. Governor, thanks very much for coming on the program. Appreciate it. All right. So what is the path? I mean, the realistic path, right? Not the pie in the sky. How does this realistically happen?
Yeah, no, look, so you've laid it out. There's a couple nuances there. Number one, she's not even expected to come in second place in Iowa. Nobody's going to beat Trump likely in a caucus. No one expects to beat Trump in a caucus. Caucuses are, that's why caucuses, I don't like them too much. They're just based, designed for the extreme with very, very little voter turnout. But the fact that DeSantis has put everything into Iowa, if she were to come in second, that would be phenomenal there for her. No one's even expecting a second place, but the latest poll has it there. In New Hampshire, again, she was polling at 5–10% a couple months ago. Now she's far and away, not just second place, but far and away, multiple polls having her at 30%. Trump stuck at about 42–44%, well within striking distance, knowing that the Christie voters still have to come over. There's more DeSantis voters and more Trump voters coming over. And then obviously she goes into South Carolina. Look, Trump has to win every state, right? That would be a shock if Trump didn't. I think Nikki wins here in New Hampshire. That right there would be a huge reset for the election. And the key is really getting it down to a 1-to-1 race, right? Giving the Republican primary voters across this country a one-on-one choice, a binary choice. And that is a huge change in psychology for the voter, if you will, where people say, oh, okay, this inevitability of Trump isn't real. Oh, the number one reason, this is what I love about these polls, the number one reason Trump voters give for supporting Trump is, well, he's going to win anyway, right? So we'll support the winner. But once you break through that veil of it's just his, because that's what the national media has been saying for the last year, once you break through that veil, you show the emperor has no clothes, it's a one-on-one race, a lot more people get engaged, a lot more people realize it's there. The other candidates consolidate around Nikki. And as long as that happens before Super Tuesday, now everything is really up for grabs.
But here's the thing. With Chris Christie, I hear you, right? Chris Christie drops out. His people go to Nikki Haley. Okay. Is Ron DeSantis, if he drops out, and you point out you need that to happen at some point if she's going to be able to win, he's probably going to support Donald Trump over Nikki Haley, no?
Why?
I don't know.
Really?
I'm just guessing. I'm asking. I don't know.
Look, I'm not Ron DeSantis. I don't know. But last time I checked, Ron DeSantis, and Donald Trump aren't really seeing eye to eye lately, to say the least. So, no, look, I mean, what if you try to overthink what those voters will do and where they will go? That's kind of a waste of time. We've already seen between the CBS poll and the latest St. A's poll, which has Nikki's again also at 30%. A lot of DeSantis's people are coming over. If Chris Christie's people came over, it's a tie race. It's tied with a month to go, right? Based on the latest St. A's poll. So there's still 4 weeks to go. A lot of the undeclared voters here are still going to make up their minds. A lot of the moms, right? The female voters are very thoughtful. They think this stuff through. As guys, we tend to be a little bit rash. But the female voting base thinks things through. They look at all the dynamics, and they tend to make up their mind last, if you will, because they're just, frankly, probably smarter that way. And in doing that, I think there's a lot of opportunity there. And if you see these town halls, if you see her on the campaign trail, the energy's like it's real. If I wasn't seeing it on the ground here, and I've been through a lot of campaigns here in New Hampshire, I know what to look for. If I wasn't seeing it on the ground, I'd tell you, yeah, there's something a little off with the polls. But this is so real. The energy is palpable. Everyone's excited that this just isn't some fait accompli for Trump. They're excited to make it race. And New Hampshire always thinks forward. I can't speak for Iowa, but we always look for that next generation of conservative leadership. That's exactly what the country gets excited about and what we'll deliver.
You'd agree with me that Vivek will support Trump, right? When he drops out.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Nobody cares. All
right. Let me play a piece of sound from this is from DeSantis' website, where he's basically suggesting that she's running for vice president, and that's all this is about. Let's listen.
There's always the possibility that he could be looking at that debate stage for a VP.
I don't think he sees her as a threat. In fact, her presence probably helps him.
They haven't been nasty toward each other. Him and Ron DeSantis have been...
They broke up for good.
I can still see Nikki Haley being welcomed back.
So DeSantis launched a sort of sarcastic site called Trump Nikki 2024 and played those pieces of sound. Yeah, there are people saying she's effectively running for VP. What do you think of that?
No. Nikki plays to win. I've known Nikki Haley for a long time, and she's not going to play second fiddle to anybody. She plays to win. She's got the strength. She doesn't take it off anybody. She can give it as well as anybody. You saw what she did for Vivek Ramaswamy. I've never seen anybody so afraid to get on the debate stage with Nikki Haley. That's probably why Trump is refusing to debate.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.